As a video game, Starfield has a lot of things you will need while playing it. However, some systems of the game aren't exactly up to scratch when it comes to quality of life. Have you been sort of working away and thinking, damn, I really could do the better FOV? Or perhaps you're trying to navigate the menus in the inventory system and they get a little bit confusing after a while, particularly if you have to scroll down. That's rather annoying. Well, today I'm going to share with you some quality of life mods which will basically improve your playing experience of Starfield. Now, these are available on PC and we'll go through them and include links down below in the video description. Speaking of which, thanks to Outplayed for sponsoring this video. Do you want to capture your best gaming moments, but wait, you're still manually recording everything? You could be missing your best moments in your games. Outplayed automatically records the action for you. Yes, this includes your kills, headshots, and other key moments in your games. This gives you the peace of mind that nothing important is missed. Look, in some games, you can even preference auto-captured events, like your deaths and assists in-game. Helpful for a game like Starfield, where you might have a funny death. Thanks to the handy timeline, you can edit your gameplay easily from within the Outplayed app. This means you can share it directly to your friends on Discord. There are tons of supported games. Even better, the list is just getting bigger. Use my unique link in the video description below to download Outplayed for free. Okay, now the first mod I want to talk about has to be menus. Now this is a quality of life improvement for the menus in the game. It basically makes a compact inventory UI. As you can see on screen right now, as I'm going through my sort of like UI and inventory, it gets a little bit confusing after a while. And also you've got to scroll down. I find it a little bit tedious to work with. Now we will combine this with another mod later on in this video, but for a minute, we're just going to talk about the compact inventory UI. So you can see right now, I'm scrolling through, go for my menus. It's a bit of a difficult thing to navigate. Let's talk about the compact inventory UI mod, link down below in the video description, but I'm going to show you how it works and then tell you to download it. Okay, we're back in Starfield. Now, if we take a look inside our inventory menu now, with the compact inventory UI mod, we can see some of the changes. So we go into our inventory. As you can see, the inventory layout has already changed. In the edit, I'll try and put them side by side so you can see what I'm actually talking about, but here we can see things are a lot more compact. There's no need to scroll down the menu anymore. It makes things a lot more enjoyable. It does increase viewable items to 13 or 17 and includes value mass sorting options as well, which I think is pretty cool. You can go in here and we can just sort by things. If we press Z, so sort of name, value, more value, name, etc. You can sort of go through them. You know what to do. It's pretty straightforward. I quite like this mod as it makes sort of inventory management a little bit more bearable. I didn't really enjoy the way it had to manage the Starfield by default. So when this mod came out, I really enjoyed it because it just made things more compact and more usable at the end of the day. UIs are very important in video games, particularly games like Starfield, where you do have a lot to manage, and this can come down to the inventory like we're talking about, or the crew menu, the crafting menu, mission menu, ship building, and even outpost building. Luckily, the author of this mod does have those compact UI mods available in a series, so you can go and download them as well. It does make life a little bit easier. But I thought I'd start us off just with a sort of the compact UI inventory because it makes life easier, and I think if you're just starting to mod Starfield, this is probably a good place to start at. Something to keep in mind. Okay, let's go take a look at my next mod, which is going to be about FOV. In Starfield, with a fantastic view of everything, I'm here on New Atlantis, aka my Jemison system. I've got Vasco with me. However, what if we want to change our FOV? You can sort of do it by menu options. However, this mod, which is the in-game FOV Changer, kind of helps things a little bit more. To do this, we do need to open our console. Now, to do this in Starfield, it does depend on your keyboard and where from. For US, it's the tilde key, which is usually below the escape button on your keyboard. For European keyboards like mine, we press the @ symbol, which is sort of just above the other shift button and left towards the enter past the hashtag key. So if I press that, I've opened up a console. You can see at the bottom of the screen. As a heads up, some commands, it's like a little mini disclaimer, some commands will disable the ability to earn certain achievements. These ones should not affect it though. So we want to change our FOV. If we type bat FPP100, yes, I know PP is funny, and then we press enter, it saved files there, and we can change our FOV, which is kind of cool. But if we sort of like run it again, we can change it a little bit differently. Now, there's a couple of things here. We can do 120 and go down, and there we go. Our FOV is now changed again. So for example, if I run it again, if we press our console command, and if I set it to 100, close the console, it sets it back there. So you can change your FOV to completely different sort of formats. Let's try 70, see how bad that looks. Oh, I forgot to run it. We need to press enter. 70, enter the command. There we go. Our FOV is now changed quite a bit. Hello, Basgo. How are you doing? So you can see how things change here. If I stand in this view, I can show you again. Let's run it. What can we do this time? So I'm doing third person FOV here, by the way. Let's set it back to 120. There we go. And of course, we have our FOV sort of like for our third person. So if you play Starfield in third person, congrats, you are better than me. I'm not a big fan of third person aesthetic. There's a ship around here. There's a ship coming in. It's good timing. Cool. Well, we can change our FOV dependent on third or first person. The commands are roughly the same, but if we open up the console again, we can basically type this command in. So we're always typing in BAT. That's our first letter we type, or first word, should I say. Then we go T for third person, and then obviously F for first person. So T, PP, and then let's do 100. This might be the default one. I forgot to press enter again. So T, PP, 100. I did it again. I keep going to press the console command instead of enter. Enter. There we go. Now we've got a wider third person FOV when we're running around like this. And to be fair, I quite like this. It gives you a bit of a better view, doesn't it? Hello, Vasco. How are you doing? So if we run it again, we can set it back to a different variant. Let's try 70. Enter. Close. Now, much more easier to work with. The values of sort of a third person FOV are between 70 to 120. And yeah, go from there. This mod's easily installable, and a link's down below in the video description should you want to check it out for yourself. But I do love how it lets us play with different sort of like, you know, different versions of it, which is really cool. Because it means you can see more of the Starfield world with your own eyes, which I think is really cool. Okay, the final mod I'm going to show you today actually revolves around menus once again. Sort of close to the inventory mod we discussed earlier. Shush. But basically, it makes responsive menus a little bit faster. The idea behind this is called Underlayed Menus. Now, if you press tab before to access your inventory or overall things, it takes a little bit longer to get in there. I'm not a massive fan of it, particularly that fade transition. It takes a while. With this mod, if we press tab, boom, instant. Now we can press here, it instantly goes into it, It is a lot faster. The Underlayed Menu mod affects the data menu, the inventory menu, container, barter, surface and galaxy map, planet info cards, the ship info menu, and all hold exit buttons as well. Meaning you can just press tab to go straight in there. You don't have to hold to exit things. It makes life... So here, if we go back system, hold to exit, it also makes things faster. No longer this pause thing. So we test the map again. Obviously, you press tab just to zoom out. But if I hold it down, instantly quicker. It just saves time. I found the menu system of Starfield pretty clunky, and it sort of annoyed me. Now don't worry, you can still like press your hotkeys to access things. So if you press I to go straight into the inventory here, and we can play around with all these things. Very, very nice. Or I can press tab to go straight into here. Ta-da! Happy days. Now, it does sort of override the mod we discussed earlier, this being a compact inventory things. I think there's a little bit of a menu conflict thing right now. You may be able to tinker around and get it working, but just keep that in mind right now. But also, you can access the shipbuilding section, tab out, and obviously tab to exit. Pretty straightforward and pretty simple. So this enhances the press X buttons, basically editing all pressed X buttons to execute twice as fast, and removing a button's release animation, ensuring prompt and efficient interactions with exit prompts. The fading effects have also gone well. They are rather lengthy in terms of opening and closing menus. The mod is kind of dedicated to eradicating these effects and resulting in swifter and smoother menu interactions. Now, it does have a 60 FPS menu refresh, basically ensures all in-game menus now run at a seamless 60 frames per second, doubling the default 30 frames per second. It basically makes inventory management a lot more easy to work with when it comes to fiddling around with stuff. Particularly if you're in like a tense mission, you don't want to be fiddling around with your ammo too much. You just want to get straight in there, get out, take off, and explore the frontier. Not the ship, the final frontier in Starfield, and have fun. Can we see that ship taking off? We can, there it goes. Pretty cool. Hello, Sam. So there we go. Another very useful mod to have in your sort of Starfield journey. It will make playing things a little bit more easy, in my opinion. Now, just to note, the mods I've showed you in Starfield today are work in progress, and they are third-party extensions, i.e. mods. They are not by Bethesda Game Studios. You download them at your own risk. Check out all the links to the ones I've spoken about today in the video description down below on this YouTube video, and let me know what you think of them and which ones you will be using in-game. Don't forget, a massive thank you to our sponsor, Outplayed. You can record epic moments like ships landing like this. And you can check out those guys down below in the video description as well. And don't forget, the extension is free to download and play with to capture your best and epic Starfield moments. If you do download the extension and capture some funny or epic or random moments in Starfield, come and share them in my Discord server. It would be great to see them. If you enjoyed this video, let me know what you think of it down below in the comment section, and maybe we'll make some more mod highlight videos, as there are plenty of mods coming out to the Starfield and Nexus page, and they are all very, very fun to check out. Alright, that's it for me and Vasco. We'll see you very soon. Goodbye.